All right, for more on all of this, let's go to Environment Canada senior climatologist Dave Phillips. He joins us now to talk about it. Dave, thanks for your time today.
Okay, Morella.
Wow, all over the map for eastern part of Canada. They are getting hit by pretty much everything. What's causing all of this?
Well, Morella, it's a series of major storms. We saw early in the week, a couple of days ago, we saw a weather system moving across the north that pulled in a lot of this warm American air into parts of eastern Canada. We set records after going through such a cold period between Christmas and well into January with temperatures that were record cold. We reversed that and saw temperatures that were record warm, both in Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal, and today Halifax is probably going to be 15 degrees, which would be a record for them. And then at the same time, as we open our front door and see all this warm air, out our back door is this very cold air ready to make a poised and then make a run as soon as that system moves away. So a cold front came down and we saw a dramatic change, not only in temperatures, but the kind of precipitation. We went from rain to ice pellets, freezing rain to snow, and then we, without any break in that precipitation. And then, of course, the rapid change in temperature. We went from places like in Ottawa, where we went from 12 degrees yesterday till tomorrow morning, it'll be like minus 28, about a 40-degree change in less than 40 hours. And of course, what's happened, Morella, is that we got the rain, but then we also had a lot of snow sitting on the ground. And in Ottawa, for example, 45 centimeters of snow just disappeared within 2 days. And of course, all of that, the ground is frozen, so the water just doesn't run off into the ground, percolate down. It sits there, and then with this flash freeze, we have skating rinks existing across many cities in eastern Canada.
Yeah, skating rinks where we don't want skating rinks. Let's talk about, Dave, how rare is it to get, as you mentioned, the warm air out the front door, the cold air coming in the back?
You know, it's not so rare. I mean, it's almost, though, reminds you of southern Alberta with a Chinook, where you see, spring turning into winter in a matter of hours. And it's really been that. I think for me, Morella, what has been the surprise is that no let up in the precipitation, that you went from rain to ice pellets to snow. And sometimes in these flash freeze situations, the precipitation stops, the winds are strong, and it helps to dry out the surfaces. Well, not in this case. It was just almost as if you had 48 hours of continuous precipitation of one kind versus the other. So I think that's remarkable. I don't think we've necessarily set any records in terms of the switch around, but certainly you don't see that every year, and it creates certain problems for us.
All right, so we haven't maybe set a record as far as that temperature swing goes, but what about that precipitation? As you mentioned, we've been getting a lot of it. It's been steady, and some places today are going to get really hit.
Yeah, so clearly, in New Brunswick, for example, it's going to be mostly rain in the southern central parts of the province. And I've seen numbers, Morella, that suggesting maybe 50 millimeters of rain, maybe even up to 100 in some localized areas. And of course, that's going to lead to flooding. And of course, the ground is frozen there. And so that water is just going to pool and pond. And then, of course, when the temperature drop, in 24 hours, they're going to see a drop of 24 degrees, and that's going to clearly create problems for them. And the system's also going to affect Newfoundland and Labrador. So it really is a nasty bout of weather, and it's just all a very rapid change. You know, Canadians, we always think the weather changes, and it changes dramatically, and this is probably a very good example of that.
Dave Phillips, sir, as always, thanks for your time.
You're welcome, Morella.
Have a good one.